series. The series this time is going to be about artists who are in the middle, in the trenches. They're not beginners, but they're not also quite household names. They're in there doing the work every day, working hard, creating content, trying to become a household name if possible, make a living out of that. And my first guest in this series is Julien Tschikuna.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming to my project. I am so glad. I'm so glad that you
Me too.
wanted to come and spend this afternoon with me. So Julien was born in Brussels to Congolese parents that moved to Brussels, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've been in Los Angeles at this point since 2013?
2012.
2012.
Mm-hmm.
Since 2012, so that's about 13 years.
Yeah, I can't believe we're saying this.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So when I met you had just gotten here.
Yeah.
Because I've been here for...
Literally.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. I know that you've done some short films. You've had some that have gone to international film festivals. Can you talk about that a little bit so we know?
Yeah. So that was around 25, 26. So I always, I was into sport.
Okay.
That was my thing growing up, like school and soccer.
Okay.
As we call it in the here.
Yeah.
I never get it.
Yeah. No, it's
football.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And so I was going to school. I had like football and school at the same time.
Okay.
Like to me, that was the thing. I wanted to become a professional.
Correct. Yeah. As most young boys, I see, like they want to, be a footballer, like Beckham and whatever. Yeah.
In Europe, that's such a.
It's a
big.
It's a whole.
And so, after a certain point, I realized that you get into injuries, and then that's not gonna be your path. I have to deal with that reality, and knowing that I also had a thing going on for entertainment. I was always that funny kid, and so the time I realized that I wanted to pursue the entertainment, acting, and comedy, so I just lived with my aunt. I went to Paris, lived there for a couple of years.
Oh wow.
Just to experience, because the French market, it's much bigger than Belgium.
Of course, yeah.
And so I got to experience like what it was. And my aunt actually helped me signing into an agency. So that's my first experience of, doing a headshot
right.
and stuff like that. And so the agency got all my photos and headshot, and I got literally like after a couple of months, someone reached out, and he was a director for a short film and for a big association that called in French, they call Ni Pute Ni Soumise, which, how can I translate that real quick? Ni Pute Ni Soumise means no prostitution, no submission. So it's an association for women.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And so we did the short film. It went, it got some good reviews. And I went to festivals. So that was.
So those like your first taste, exactly. Oh my God, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So did that like jumpstart your desire to come to Los Angeles, or to the States? Let's say.
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I always thought, and then I realized also that my thing is like comedy. It's really like stand up, but I always saw myself into that international kind of comedy, and then I had to realize that I would have to move to the US. Simply.
Yeah.
I have to go to the Mecca to understand the mechanism of comedy.
Yeah, gotcha. And of course you performed at these wonderful places in Los Angeles. I think I came and saw you at the Laugh Factory.
Yeah, I
You've done.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You've also performed at Flappers and what other, and was it when you were at Flappers or Laugh Factory that you got discovered for the Amazon Prime?
That was at the Laugh Factory.
Could you tell us a little bit about
2019. So 2019, so I booked for the Chocolate Sunday, which is one of the hottest shows, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the hottest shows in Los Angeles. Yeah. Every Sunday, it's like predominantly African American show, but they also have like Hispanic sometimes. Even sometimes I see a lot of white comedians.
Yeah.
And it's such a great show.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be in the audience.
Yeah.
And so I got booked for the show. Usually, so the whole process, it's a long process in the sense of you have to go online, apply for the, submit. And it takes like, now the waiting list is actually 6 to 7 years.
What?
It's
I'm
crazy.
sorry, what?
Yeah, I swear to God.
Wait, I'm sorry. To get onto Chocolate Sunday as a comedian,
Yeah, it's a waiting list.
you have to, now the list is 6 years.
Yeah, absolutely. It's insane.
Okay.
The time,
That is shocking to me. Oh my God.
yeah.
Is that
On my
I'm
time, it
speechless.
was like, I think it was 4 years process for me to
And
get
you
on
got
that
in.
show. Yeah, I waited. Yeah.
That's right. That's right,
Thank
baby.
you. So I got on the show,
What?
2019, and I was just so ready for my
Right.
3-minute sets.
Right.
I was excited and ready, and also it gave me like the time to just perfect some of my jokes.
Yeah.
And it just happened that was like actually one of my best set ever. And it just also, so some people were in the audience for a project they were working on to highlight African comedians. And so I got contacted like maybe like the month after for the Amazon show. And so I got in touch with someone and so one of the producers, and I had to send my videos. And next thing you know, I went to New York to film project. Yeah, that was a great experience.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I'm still stuck at it takes 6 years.
Yeah,
to Chocolate Sunday.
It's a long process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You also do this really wonderful thing on social media right now, which is the carpool karaoke. How did you come up with that?
Oh, social media. For that one, so as you know, creatives, actors, singers, comedians, we're in this place now with social media where if you don't build your fan base, it can be very difficult because you can be stuck in the sense of you're not going to be able to catapult your career.
Right.
And so
what worked then doesn't work without social media.
Exactly. Times are.
Yeah. But how did you come up with that concept? Because it's really funny. And for those that don't know,
thank you.
You need to go to Julien's social media and see what he does. Basically, can you tell us?
Yeah. So how did I came up with that? So I was not creating content at all, but I knew I'm very comfortable with cameras. I knew I have the thing. But at the same time, I literally felt a sense of responsibility to take action on the thing that I do. I didn't know exactly what niche I would do. And so I was like, listen, I do Uber, that's my side hustle. I really like it, first of all, because it gives you like the freedom to set your own schedule. I used to have jobs and, it's not easy to, to leave.
Side jobs, yeah.
You have a career going on. Then you go to your manager, hey, can I get a tick? Time off, it's not easy. And so anyways, I'm doing the Uber and in the search of my niche, right? Like in the process of like finding out what would be my niche on social media, I made peace with the fact that I have to create content, but what is going to be? And so I'm Ubering one night and I'm literally like, oh my God, like the whole visualization of an idea. So I keep on driving and then I stop. I go home and I start writing my ideas. No, I took my phone first. I write it down on my phone, on my notes, and then I went home because it was like just the flow. The next day, because I believe that you have to, whatever ideas you have to try to,
execute it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The next day I went to Best Buy. I went to Best Buy and I started searching the prices of the cameras. I didn't have the money. I didn't have enough money yet. Yeah. And so I started filming with my phone, my iPhone, starting with the music. And in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm going to start like singing with the people in my car, like karaoke, make them feel good and see how it goes. And as I went on board with that, people just were responding right away.
Yeah.
Um, so that was like I see like clearly like
Yeah.
the concept of
Yeah.
that, you know.
So basically, what Julian does is that he, on his side hustle with Uber, he has his guests sing with him, and it's all lights inside, like at night, right? Like he has
Yeah.
like all these lights inside. It looks like a mini club in the car, but he's a safe driver also, so it's not like carelessness. And Uber has done something with you, right? They reached out to you.
So what happens, like, so as I went, on board with, creating that concept and videos, some of my videos went viral, but also I was the goal was to elevate as much as possible so they can be nicely done, right? For the content, the lights, the setup, and also for safety purposes, the aesthetic of the mic that I do have on the,
or your earpiece and
exactly. So it's also like to show that, okay, I'm driving, I'm focused, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not handing a microphone like this.
Yeah, it's not,
and so by doing those videos, I got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
I got NBC reach out to me, the news.
Nice.
That was fun. And also a lot of podcasts on YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Because I guess it spread out like positivity, good vibes, right? And not too long ago, so Uber, they reach out to do a commercial together.
Gotcha. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a real experience.
Yeah. Did you shoot that in Los Angeles or New York?
In LA.
LA.
In LA. Casting directors just send me a DM me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then we got in touch, email back and forth, and I realized that, okay, like Uber really want to do something.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And then from there, I went to film.
So, was your family, have they been supportive of your journey?
I have a big family, a lot of siblings. It's 10 of us, actually.
What? Are you the youngest?
Yeah.
I can tell.
Thank you. So my oldest brother was like not, I guess he was like not understanding where I was coming from, because, and also I get it, it's by protection, it's
it's not coming from a bad place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But at that time I was like, oh, what, you're not on board with me? Okay. And we didn't understand each other. And so to answer your question, my parents, yes.
Oh, your parents are supportive. That's nice. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Like the siblings, it's like, okay, whatever.
Absolutely. Once my dad gave me his blessings, I was like, oh my God, this is the best day of my life.
Right. And I think for me, like I whenever I think of you, I think of how hard you work, because French is your first language. Which means you're coming to America and you're going to crack jokes in English, which means you have to kind of think of it in French first, then translate it in English, and then say it. And you have to make the room laugh. And I've seen you doing stand-up, and you made me laugh. Like, it was hilarious, what you said. So, more power to you. You are really hardworking. Like you make every other person feel lazy. So if you guys are out there, you're going to, talk about someday, there's somebody here who's doing it right now with that kind of challenge in his life. So not that you don't speak English, but I'm just saying, like, when it's not your first language, like, so jokes don't translate,
Yeah.
Like, there's some jokes I would say in Swahili because I speak that don't really translate in English, I
see. It's different.
It's different, but like, I grew up speaking both, for me, English and Swahili, so it wasn't like I learned one first and then the other. So, kind of spoke them properly, like, if I learned French now, forget it, I would probably suck.
Do you have some French?
I have never learned. The only language I learned was in college, and we were told to pick between Spanish, Japanese, French, and one other language. I chose Spanish.
Okay.
Because I knew I was going to come to the States at some point. In my head, I was just like, I'm going to get good, I'm going to be an actor. I wanted to be an actor. And I was like, so I took Spanish, and bang, I ended up here, which I still don't use, so whatever, But no, I don't know French. However, there are people that say my accent sounds French. They'll ask me, are you from France? I just speak French. And I'm like, no, I speak Swahili. They're like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's just my accent. Back to your dad.
Yes.
Back to your dad. Your dad was a famous boxer. Yeah? Back in the 70s?
60s, 70s, yeah.
Okay, and he was one of the early famous ones, right? Like,
Oh, he's actually, so my dad is actually the first one to ever, like, my dad is the first professional that came out from the
oh
Congo.
wow,
Yeah.
how was that living with that
As
kind
a
of
kid,
yeah
not important. You don't care
yeah you
as a
don't
kid,
know
right?
until someone tells you
Yeah, yeah.
yeah
Until as I grew older, I was like, oh damn, it's actually a
it's a
big
big
deal, you
deal
know?
yeah wow
Good.
and he did see Muhammad Ali when Muhammad Ali came over
Yes,
yeah
so they got introduced, to each other. My dad being my dad and who he was, and then of course the
he was like the
greatest.
Muhammad Ali
Yeah,
of the
because that was
Congo
the
and he was
60s,
correct wow
and then in 1974, fight of the century just happened. At that time it was Zaire,
yeah
right?
correct
But yeah, that's how they got to meet each other.
nice how
That
was
was
that
big.
for him did he ever talk about it until like he was old and like still
Yeah,
like the best thing that ever happened to
yeah.
him
I remember asking him about Muhammad Ali. He said, "No, that this is the greatest.
yeah
He's
yeah
such a big persona and a cool guy. He talk always like great
good things
things
about
about
him
about
nice
him.
nice oh my gosh and your dad um how was that because you were born in
In
Brussels
Brussels.
so would he come back to the Congo for that for his games or for boxing matches or would he also do it in Belgium
Oh, so he actually during that was 1964 around that period. So he actually established himself in Europe because at that time the money was amazing.
of course yeah
And he got a big manager, and so he was able to travel Europe.
okay
So that was a big deal during the 60s.
yeah
But he would also go back to the Congo
Right.
because in the Congo, whenever he would go back, it will be like a big event, because he was like, first of all, being the first professional one, and brings all the. This is post-colonial. He also like have like historical aspects after being colonized, after such a crazy history with the Europeans, specifically Belgium. For people, it was such a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, it was hopeful to see, are you actually producing like, people that actually, I get it. It's kind of like in Kenya as well. Like when we get some big person, like a marathon runner or something, it's like, oh my God, it's a big deal. Or,
Yeah.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
And so when you came to Los Angeles, what were some of the struggles that you have come across, maybe still come across in your art, in stand-up comedy? Because to me that's like the hardest of the arts, the art forms. It's like you have to get into a room and make everyone laugh. Like what are some of the challenges you've encountered that you can share?
Like stand up, it's definitely it's a craft. I think I always saw that like you have to be in that field for the right reason.
Yeah.
If you're not, well, it's a disservice to yourself,
Right.
because it's no shortcut.
Right. There's no shortcut. I love that.
It's no shortcut.
Because these days there's a tendency to avoid struggle. People try to kind of like, I don't want to. You're not going to get better if you don't kind of push the. It's like a rubber band. Like you have to like stretch it. You know what I mean? Like get the toughness of it and. The rejection, I'm sure, of it. Like, I'm still going to go back to the 7 years of chocolate sundae. I cannot.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
It's a crazy process.
Yeah,
yes,
but I mean.
It's true.
But I can also see why, because when you go to it and the people on stage, they will make you laugh, which means they have worked their asses off.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. So it's if you're coming into stand-up comedy with ulterior motives, it's gonna work for you. Like,
you have because it's hard. Like it's not like a random art form of. It's not. It's really a craft for comedy. Like sometimes it's specifically the comedy world, like because people have the wrong perception of comedy. They think it's like, so it looks natural when you see a great comedian.
Yes, it does.
But it's actually a well-structured art form. It has jokes, you have setup, punchlines.
Are there classes for stand-up comedy?
I think there are classes.
Okay. You didn't take any. You're naturally funny.
Yeah.
That's right.
I was born like that.
I love that. I was born this way, baby.
Yeah.
Well, have you ever gone for an audition like and it was just a nightmare? You're like, oh my god, I should not have auditioned for this, or it was just like just a bad experience for you?
I wouldn't maybe say bad experience, but maybe, oh yeah, definitely not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. Like I had in the beginning of, auditioning process, and I think that's how it's also important for you to set your standard,
Yeah.
right? For the things that you're gonna do or not.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was like, okay, I'm not. I got it. I got the audition, but I didn't want to go.
What did you tell your agent?
Oh, I say I'm not. I'm not doing that.
That's happened to me once, where I was sent to an audition. This is years ago. Not with my current agent, who I love. She's great. This was with a different person. And they sent me the script, and I read it, and it was so disrespectful to every single person on earth.
Wow.
It was disrespectful to women, to black people, to white people, to Asians. So it was supposed to be a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I didn't know how to say no. So what I did is I went there and I tanked the audition on purpose.
Oh, wow.
On purpose. Like I did such a bad job. And of course, they never called me in. But I don't even think the project was made. It was so bad. And I remember sharing this with a different director, like for a different project. And he goes like, sometimes that's what you got to do.
Wow.
Sometimes you just go and do a bad job. So you know what? You showed your agent that you went and whatever, but like it is what it is. Anyway, regardless of that, I think the best thing just say no. Just be like, this isn't for me. Yeah, but dude, there's some projects out there you're just like, I am
absolutely
not.
not.
Have you ever thought of quitting?
Honestly, I wish sometimes it wouldn't be that crazy for some of the things that we pursue and stuff. But like whenever I try to create, I'm like, it's not not an option. I'm too far.
Yeah. You're like, I need a nap. I need a nap, and then I'll come back and like continue.
Exactly, but it's not an option.
Yeah.
Because especially like when we know why we're doing this, it's not a matter of years. It's not even a matter of that. It's just like we're doing this.
Yeah.
That's it. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever thought of quitting acting. I've thought of taking a break, which I did, but I never thought, oh God, I'm giving up. You know what I mean? What is the best career advice you've ever received?
For a career or still comedy?
In your comedy, yeah.
In comedy, that was given to me by a comedian named E.R.C. Thomas, and so he gave me. He told me one time because he saw my set, and he told me, you have to own, like whatever topic you talk about, you have to own it.
Did he see you and he thought you weren't owning it, or you were just like on top of what you did? He just said like, keep owning it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So and also I understood later on that because we had a conversation afterward, and I understood, and I thought it was dope because it's literally it makes sense. So meaning that out there on stage if you don't believe the things that you talk about.
The audience is not going to believe it.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was very dope. So,
what is the worst
advice?
Yeah,
I don't think I ever got bad advice.
Okay. I think when I was in New York at that time, I was modeling, but kind of trying to go to acting classes and like trying to switch to acting. And one of the worst idea I didn't know at the time, but now that I look back, I'm like, that was the shitty advice. I got an advice. I was told to copy somebody else. Like copy, do you like an actress? Copy her.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, okay, at that time, it's like, okay. But then it just felt inauthentic. Because I'm not that person and they're not me. And what I bring is different to what they bring, And now that I've been at it for such a long time, like that's like the worst advice to give. Not the worst in the world, but that's a bad advice.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Absolutely.
Figure out how to... There's so many people that have played, I don't know, let's say Cleopatra. Everyone brings their own spice to that.
Exactly.
Everyone brings their own spice to Queen Elizabeth or whatever, So why are you copying what Judi Dench did
Yeah.
or whoever. You know what I mean? I think that was kind of like I don't know. That person didn't mean to any harm. I think they were just, she was an older actress at the time, and I
Yes.
think it was just what they were trained and whatever. It was the whole thing.
But I get it. Sometimes like people try to, give you some guidance,
Yeah,
but they're not
it's not the
doing
right one.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
actually it can be a disservice
Correct.
instead of.
And it's outdated. Like maybe it
Yeah.
worked at, whatever. How do you deal with rejection in terms of like not booking a gig or not being in like, I don't even know how it works with the
Comedy?
yeah, in comedy, stand-up comedy. Like, do you guys audition for that? Like,
Yeah, at first,
Oh,
yeah, like
where do you find the auditions? Do they come through your agent or
comedy
is it sites?
clubs,
Comedy club.
comedy clubs. But comedy, it's actually even harder because sometimes you don't get. I mean, a lot of times, you don't get
Picked.
answer. You
don't get it like
you don't get booked. Like the booker will tell you, okay, come just Thursday night. I'll be there and we see how it goes. But then you always see the same people over and over.
Do you think the bookers they get their hands greased? Like, do you think someone bribes them to get?
Oh, now, oh, definitely.
Yes.
Because it's a business too.
It is exactly.
It's a business. But for rejection, listen, comedy, you gotta deliver.
Yeah.
It takes skin, definitely, because that's what it takes. And building your fan base, your social media, and just work on your craft.
And what are the practices that kind of ground you? So after you've done a set, it wasn't very good. Do you ever have bad sets? No,
of course.
Oh, so give us an example of one set that you were like, oh my god, that was so bad.
I think I did a set. But I rarely bombed, to be honest. But I remember my bad set. I think it was actually.
Because you can feel it, right? You can.
Oh my! You feel like Jesus Christ! You feel like a season. It's insane.
Yeah.
Even in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
You do a bad set, it feels like you in the summer. You know what I mean?
Because you're sweating bullets on stage. Oh no!
So I had a bad set at the comedy store.
Really?
Yeah, at the comedy store.
How long ago was it? Okay.
6 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. And no energy. And I knew I had a bad set, but I kept going.
You can't stop,
And I was just... The set was...
Wait, what didn't work? What did not
Everything.
work?
Nothing works.
Yeah. Well, but do you think it was a setup that didn't work, or the audience wasn't receptive of your jokes, or they couldn't understand you, or like what do you think failed for you?
Yeah. So the energy wasn't there, and then the order of my joke wasn't as they should be, set up.
Yeah.
And so I lost it, The audience couldn't respond,
Yeah.
Sometimes I know a lot of comedians, and sometimes it's true, the audience can be, like some of the audience, man, it can be sometimes no good.
Yeah.
But on that one, man.
Yeah.
And then Chris Spencer, you know Chris Spencer?
No.
He's actually, has been in the game for a very long time. He's part of the, Real Husband of Hollywood with Kevin Hart. He's a writer. He's a comedian too. He was the only one that was in the audience that night. And he gave me like a high five. I was like, thank you for that high five. I needed that high five.
Oh, so in that moment, like moments like those where you didn't do well, how do you recover? How do you go back home and say, okay, am I gonna have a drink and say, okay, fuck it, I'm done? Or do you go take a nap? Or like how do you do it? I'm a napper.
Okay, open mic baby. Tomorrow.
Open mic?
Yeah, open mic.
After you just bomb?
Yeah, because it's like you know how funny you are. You don't have this is like a problem you don't deal with. You're funny. So this is none of your business.
Yeah.
No worry. That doesn't affect how funny you are.
Yeah.
And so just, keep on and just go to your open mic. It's okay to have a bad day.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's the key. It's okay to have a bad night.
Yeah,
you're not always gonna be flying.
That's my process. That's how I deal with. Yeah.
I love it. Um, who are the people that uh, encourage you? Like you look at, like inspire you? Who are your inspirations?
My dad is my
Oh
hero.
yeah,
And again, like as a kid, it's like, when you evolve
yeah,
into a new person
yeah,
and you understand, a lot of things in life and stuff like that.
yeah,
As a kid, I didn't really care about, who my dad was and all of that. But as I grew older, I started realizing, damn, this is a blessing.
yeah,
Like, I live with a hero. Like,
yeah.
my dad is someone hero, literally.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And I never, and what my, I had a, and I always had a lot of admiration for my dad for who he was and the things that, like, I've never saw my dad once, like, down about
Oh,
life
really?
problems, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah. You never like showed that. Okay.
So those are the people like whenever I had like bad situation
Yeah.
happen, I'm like, it's a reminder to me where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's nice. Your dad's a new. Tell us about, because you've cracked this joke which I thought was funny. That you would go home to the Congo, and you'd meet people who knew your dad, and they'll start doing like boxing moves on you.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's funny. So you'd meet them and they'll be like, "Hey, you're the champ's son," and they start like doing all. You're like, "Dude, I'm not a boxer." Like,
exactly. Like it says, this is the problem. People think that you naturally also like
you're your dad.
the next champ.
Yeah.
Which no.
You're like, no, I don't. That's not for me.
Yeah, my dad has his own. I have my own too. So yeah, that's how I grew up.
And what do your brothers do? Are they in the arts or just kind of doing different things?
Actually, funny enough, so my oldest brother was also a boxer.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's why they probably think that you're also a boxer.
Exactly. Boxing family.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. One of my brother is no longer with us, but he was a doctor.
He was a doctor. Okay.
In Paris.
Okay.
And then for the rest, I have a lot of sisters.
Yeah.
So.
And they're not in the arts.
No.
Okay, they're kind of in different like medical field or something like that. Okay. For a young boy growing up in the Congo, I'm just going to use the Congo because that's where I think they would maybe benefit more from it, because I feel like if I say Brussels, it's like they probably have more opportunity there. But like in the Congo, if there's a kid there that wants to be in your shoes, what is the advice you would give them? Like they want to be in comedy. What is the advice you'd give that little 12-year-old boy that maybe one day will see this or is following you on Instagram and they're like, I want to do what Julien does? How would they go about doing that?
Wow.
What advice do you have for them?
That's a good question. And my advice, my word would be, we have the blessing of having social media now. So being in the Congo, being in Ghana, being anywhere is like your blessing is to have social media, to share your voice, your talent with the world, just like that, which wasn't accessible before.
Right. We didn't have that growing up. And we were like, go take the bike and go play, ride the bike over there.
Exactly.
So you advocate for using social media to kind of get yourself seen, basically, like just get the phone, put your content out there and keep it moving. Okay.
Yeah, if you have some sort of gift, like artistic, comedy, singing, now that's how you do it.
Okay. Are there, if someone was here already, in Los Angeles, they want to have their first experience with comedy, stand-up comedy, is there advice to just go and find an open mic somewhere or find an agent first? Which one comes before the other?
Oh, forget about that agent.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because specifically in comedy, like I think in comedy, the agent finds you.
Oh.
You know what I mean? You don't have to find.
There are no showcases for agents.
It's better. It's the process is like, get good, make sure you're good enough. You're gonna have an agent or manager. You know what I mean? Like you can't be like, oh, I'm a comedian, I need an agent. I don't think that's how it works.
Okay.
Naturally and realistically speaking, because it's very different from an actor that need an agent, and comedy is such a different process, I believe. So to me, like the approach is to be good at your craft to stand out, and the agents find you.
So open mic is how to go. Go put yourself out there,
Absolutely.
fail forward,
Yes.
fail forward. Then the agent will find you.
Find your voice, your own style, and yes, absolutely.
Okay. Wow. Do you have any passion projects that are coming up that you're excited to do or talk about?
So I'm actually developing a series of skits based on the things that are close to me, which is my culture, my Congolese heritage.
I have seen some of your skits and they're hilarious. Hilarious.
Thank you. But I'm very excited about the things we're working on. I have a manager now.
Oh, good.
And a producer that believe in the things that I do, and it's amazing. So we're working on a series of skits that's going to go in the vibe of, if I can give you like maybe an image, like Coming to America kind of vibe,
Wasn't Coming to America based on like Congolese, wasn't the king from there? It felt like it, right? Like
I think they might have some of the inspiration from
back there. That's what I thought. Yeah,
I think so.
When I watched the first one, I haven't watched the second one, but the first one, I for sure, I was like, they're more, from who I thought he was.
Mobutu. That's funny.
Mobutu was the president of the Congo for a long time.
That's funny.
And he was very excessive. Excess. Everything was excess. Gold all over. It was just excess. So that's what I thought it was.
He was that guy.
All right. So let's have some fun facts before we wrap up. Do you have a nickname? Don't lie.
I don't have it. I mean, it's funny question. Because at home, my dad would call me Julio. That was it.
Okay.
Jules for closest
it's like
friend.
a short. Yeah.
Exactly.
Short.
But here, no, not really.
Yeah.
My handle.
So your brothers never had a nickname for you, or your uncles? They never called you anything funny? Really?
Not really.
Wow. Well, I have a nickname. I'm not gonna.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
What is it?
I don't know why. My uncle, he's since passed away, but his name is John, and he used to call me Whiskey. And my brother sometimes calls me Whiskey. I don't know why, but he used to call me Whiskey, and it's kind of. So I don't know. That's a nickname.
You need to find that out.
Huh?
What's the root?
Yeah, I know, but I can't even ask him now because he's passed, and he just would call me that, and I would respond, and he just kept calling me that, and.
That's your nickname, Whiskey?
My name is Whiskey. What are you scared of? Are you scared of bugs, spiders, snakes?
Wow.
Because I'm terrified of snakes, and everyone's always like, of course you're terrified of... I mean, first of all, it's not of course you're terrified of snakes. It's like, how are you terrified of snakes and you're from Africa? I'm like, exactly. I've seen what those things can do. Okay? So yes, I am scared of them.
Okay.
Terrified of snakes.
Back home?
Anywhere. I don't go hiking. I don't go hiking because I don't want to see a snake.
Oh my God.
It would devastate me. And I know it's a story in my head about it, but I feel like growing up, every time they'll be like, oh, Eva, don't go over there. There might be a snake. So, it just creates that kind of fear. So it's kind of in me. Like I don't film with snakes. Like if there's a snake in that project, I'm not working. Please don't put snakes in projects.
So you never like encounter like a bad experience with
No, it's
just like
my imagination of how bad they can be, and also seeing like I think I saw a documentary of someone got bit by a snake and how it like devastated her arm. It looked like a burn, like a chemical burn.
Yeah, I saw
and
some.
I'm like, oh no, I don't want to. Yeah,
the venom.
The venom, and they caught it on time or whatever. But it like almost it looked like beef jerky.
Oh my!
Her arm over here. I'm like,
damaged.
I'm not doing that. So what are you scared of?
That's a good question too, because I feel like there are some of my the fears that obviously everyone has fears that I haven't figured yet. But I would say, okay, one of my fear is that I don't want to cross path with like a mountain lion by hiking and stuff. Okay.
Do you like hiking?
I don't really hike. I just run.
I don't think Africans like hiking.
Yeah, we got everywhere. Enough. Exactly. They did it for us.
We've done enough. I love that.
So yeah, I would say like I don't want to.
Mountain lion. Okay. But that in your house, you're not like screaming if there's a spider in the bathroom.
No.
Or, okay.
No.
Right. That's good. What would you do differently in your life right now? Looking back, you're like, oh, I could if I was to go back, I would do this differently.
Wow, that's one too. It's a good one. Man, you know what's interesting about that question is the fact that okay, I don't have no regret. But you can always like try to adjust or cut some fat, right?
Yeah.
I guess I would just do some connection from back home.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like, what do you mean? You mean like back home where, first of all?
Belgium.
Belgium, like try to get more networking going on there. Is there some sort of a good scene there, or is it coming up, or it's still
yes.
It's coming up? Okay.
Now, yes, mostly in France.
Okay.
So I guess that's what I will do, but...
Right. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's never too late. And
and now I have. I have it.
Oh, good. So I think we are going to end there.
Okay.
I want to tell everyone, the audience, where they can find you.
Of course. So you can find me on IG, Instagram, and the Bantu Boy, TheBantuboy. And I'm all over, like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
That's right. That's my boy. He's like my little brother. I love him so much. Thank you so much.
We've known each other for years.
Right? Over a decade.
It's crazy.
Yeah. You're so good. Julien, keep going.
Thank you.
Keep going, because you just, and your heart is a heart of gold. You have a heart of gold. God bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, a pleasure. Thank you so much, and join us next time for another chit chat with another artist. Thank you. Bye.